Okay, hi guys. I'm back. I'm doing another video. So if you're wondering why I'm wearing the same shirt, I'm doing another video on the same day. It's gonna be probably a few days before I come out with it. So today I want to talk about, well, right now I want to talk about just what's um basically what is profitable right now, GPU wise. And I talked about this in the Nice Hash video, but profitability is key, right? Because at the end of the day, you're not really doing anything. You're not putting a lot of work in. It's not a job, right? So we're gonna go through and we're gonna talk about here what GPUs. Okay, we're not going ASICs. We'll do that in another video. Let me come over here and just kind of move this down a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're basically gonna show you guys what GPUs. Okay, because there's a lot of GPUs out there, and maybe you're not gonna make money. Okay, especially if you have one GPU. If it's a good GPU, yes, I would run it. Okay, we're gonna also talk a little bit about power cost. I personally don't pay power, but if you guys do, you really got to take that into consideration because it is big. You know what I mean? Especially when you get into hardcore mining where you have rigs and ASICs are really expensive. So we're gonna talk about GPUs a little bit, and I'm just gonna go and show you guys what I think is the best and what your guys' opinions are. I'd definitely like to hear them in the comments. So we'll start out with I don't really think anybody has a 380 anymore. So we're going to say, I think this is the R9 Fury. So we're going to click Fury. And this is a really easy website to use. It's called whattomine.com slash coins or slash GPUs. And I can put it in the description. Hopefully I remember because I know a lot of people on YouTube don't remember. You just press calculate. Now this is going from kilowatts cost. Actually, the kilowatts in the United States I think is like 12.12. So it's actually a little bit more. But like I said, I don't pay power. So if you look at a R9 Fury, I think that's what they are. Um, you're really not making anything. You can see here. So this is a little complicated at first if you don't really know what's going to happen here. So this is the difficulty net hash. Obviously block time, block reward, and last block. Blocks don't really matter, I think, on Nice Hash, and that's why I kind of don't really like Nice Hash. This is going to show you how much. This is your estimate reward. So I think it's talking about Bitcoin here. And the Nice Hash one because obviously you're making Bitcoin from Nice Hash. So this will show you. So this would be your Ethereum, right? If you're mining Ethereum, this would show you how much Ethereum you would make in a day, right? And this is a rough estimate because usually it's not right. Usually it's a few down. So always estimate down, guys. I would always say, especially when you're talking about U.S. dollars. I don't know what country you live in or where you're watching from, but in U.S. dollars, you can see I'd be making 51 cents with an R9, and my profitability is negative 2 cents. So you got to take that into consideration when you're mining with something like that. You may be making 50 cents a day, but if you pay the electric, you're not making a dollar. You're not making a cent. You know what I mean? So take that into consideration. So this is just a market cap. You really don't have to worry about that. This is your revenue in Bitcoin. So if you ever traded it in a Bitcoin, this is how much Bitcoin you would get. So this is saying 100% profitability. I really don't look at this very much because obviously you can see here revenue dollar is not very much. So we're gonna go through now. In my opinion, the best now don't quote me here, but in my opinion, the best profitable cheapest GPU, okay, because these are cheap, is a 580 or a 570. Now the 570, I have seen if you overclock them right, they will get good hash rates on Ethereum or Ethereum Classic. And I say that in the means of like some of the guys in the Discord run at 30 mega hash a second or more. Some of them get 31 or 32. I've seen it. And that's really good for a 570 because they're cheap, right? So if you have a 570, I'd say mine it. Now, this says 50 cents a day. It's more like 70 or 60. Don't quote me once again. The timing of this recording of this video. But, this is not bad. Now it does say 21 cents a day, but if you're not paying electric, it's free money. So you got to take into consideration the 570 isn't okay. If you're going to build a mining rig around a 570, then it's definitely okay. They're not very costly. 580 is where I sit at the standpoint because a 580 is a little more expensive, but it, obviously once again, where I want to mine, it's kind of accurate. It's not all the way there. It's still saying about the same. If you guys have like a Vega 64, that's a pretty good card I think to mine with. You almost make $1 a day. It's not very good at Ethereum, but Kuka 231, it's pretty good at. So that's maybe something to take in consideration. Some people have 2080 Ti's, and I highly recommend you mine with a 2080 Ti right now. Okay, I even if your electric is not free, you're still making almost $1 a day, and that's if the market doesn't change, right? Because if the market goes up, you're in good shape. If the market goes down, you lost, a little bit here and there. It is what it is. But a 2080 Ti is definitely something to think about. Okay, if you guys have one, I know a lot of people that just have a 2080 Ti and they just leave their computer on all day long, and they may even pay the electric and they just leave it on. If you have a 2060, I have a 2060 in the system. If you watch my other video, decent to mine with. I make about 80 cents a day with the 2060, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, sometimes maybe a dollar if I'm lucky. But that's with my CPU too. As you can see, I was looking at 1660 Ti's for 9 of them. So it's all about what you have, and what to mine is going to help you guys. I just want to show you what's decent, right? Because if you come here with a 1660, 1660s ain't the greatest. You're not really, a 1660 I'm pretty sure costs more than a 580, and they're not even making what a 580 makes. So this is where you need to take in consideration when you're going to buy maybe a GPU or something, and you do want to mine with it, but maybe you want a game on it too. Grab a 580. They're really good cards. A 1660s just, I don't even know why they ever made them. They don't even exist. Honestly, they shouldn't even exist. So a 1080 Ti, and don't take offense to that. Anybody that has a 1660 out there, it's not shots at you. It's just shots at Nvidia. I don't know why they ever made them. So a 1080 Ti is pretty good too. A 1080 Ti does draw. You can see here quite a decent amount of power. I know those things, they pump it out, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And I know, like, people always say, like, you don't make shit mining, but it's not about what you make mining, right? It's about what you can sell that coin at, especially Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So just take that in consideration after you've mined for a couple months. So, you can go through here. A Radeon 7, I think, is one of the most profitable cards next to a 2080 Ti. Of course, they cost quite a bit right now, and I really can't even really find them on websites for the price I want to buy them. But that's basically the gist of it, guys. And it's all about hash rate, and I wouldn't go ASIC mining right now, especially if I don't know, man, if you lived in your parents' house and they let you somehow somehow you had $3,000 in your parents' house and you bought an ASIC miner and the electric, they said they didn't make you pay the electric, then maybe fucking run it. But if you honestly, if you live at your parents, you probably don't have 3 grand. So that's my opinion on it. I think mining is profitable right now, especially if you don't pay electric. It's not crazy like it was in 2018, and it was okay in 2019. I don't think it's crazy right now, but I think that's just giving you guys my opinion, and I do it anyway, right? Because in the end of the day, if I can get a few Ethereum Classic and let the price, wait for the price to go up, right? Or wait for get some Bitcoin, not even a Bitcoin itself, but just a percentage of Bitcoin. I can sell that for more when the price goes up. So that's just my opinion, and I thought I'd make a quick video about what GPUs are really profitable right now. And I think if you have a Radeon 7, an XT is not bad. 2060, 2070, or 2080, or even up, good. Vega 56 is okay. 64 is okay. 580 is okay. 570 is even okay. 480s are all right. But last time I checked, I think the 480s, so this is for 9 cards, the 480s draw a lot, quite a bit of power. Um, so a little less, but you know, if you're not paying electric and you had 9 of them somehow, you'd be making about $5 a day. And this is kind of inaccurate compared to my readings I've ever had. You know, it's been pretty inaccurate. But see, the price changes so much from everything. So, you know, 1070 would be okay, a Ti would be okay, 1080 and 1080 Ti okay. I wouldn't mind with a 1060 anymore. That's just my opinion. And I want mine with a 1050 Ti. But with the right overclocks, you'll do okay. And I'm gonna make another video on overclocking because that's a long video I need to make and how to do it right. So if you guys like this video, thanks so much, and see you in the next one.